Hey guys, this is 22 Tiger Dude, and I'm here to review the SpongeBob episode Professor Squidward, requested by. I'm a huge ACDC fan, so I just had to do that. And yeah, if you hear thunder in the background, it's because it's raining and thundering right now, so I apologize for that. Okay, so Professor Squidward. The episode is about, well, it shows Squilliam Fancyson, which it's been a long time, a very long time since they've shown him. And no, sorry, House Fancy was Squilliam's first episode in the new episode era. But it's about Squidward being jealous of Squilliam Fancyson. These two people, they give Squilliam Fancyson the opportunity to become a music teacher at a college. But Squidward pretends to be Squilliam Fancyson, then Squidward becomes a music teacher at the college. And yeah, just from there, and then of course you all know we all seen this coming. And SpongeBob and Patrick just happen to be in the music class at a college that Squidward is teaching. Okay, now Saber SpongeBob one. I read the review for this episode from Sabris on TV.com about a year ago, and it said that Sabris hated this episode, which is fine. I respect your opinion. Um, I know that it's not Sabris' best episode. In fact, it's the most hated episode by Sabris, but yeah. But I was requested, of course, so. And then what's it called? Yeah. My opinion on this episode is that it's not the best. It's a decent episode. I could call it that. It is a good episode. I do like it, but it wasn't perfect. It wasn't like the most perfect SpongeBob episode I've ever seen. It wasn't like the best, but it's not horrible too. I do like this episode indeed. Storyline, it's pretty overall decent. The comic relief, there's like maybe 5 gags in this episode that made me laugh, but when there was humor, it was actually very funny. Like I found it to be pretty clever, yet kind of weird. Like the gag with SpongeBob's legs, that was hilarious. And then there was this one gag that was awkward, but it was hilarious too. And it was when Squidward separated SpongeBob and Patrick from singing with each other. I'm sorry this is a spoiler, but I just have to say it because it just cracked me up. But SpongeBob and Patrick singing with each other. SpongeBob laughs again, and then Squidward's all like, "SpongeBob, would you stop tickling yourself?" And then Patrick's like, "Well, actually, at that time, it really was me." And Squidward has that funny facial expression, which is weird because they're so far apart. How can Patrick tickle SpongeBob if they're far apart? That's weird. But yeah, I thought that was hilarious. And then it was good to see Squilliam Fancyson again. He's a good little rival character to Squidward, and he only made an appearance in this episode, basically in the beginning, the end. But it was still good to see him though. Now, some of the scenes in this episode, I must say, are boring though. There's some things in this episode I thought could have had humor instead of just plain boringness. Like, I got bored with the whole tick, 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 tick that SpongeBob and Patrick were doing. And then Squidward, he was kind of a jerk here too. I don't know. But the episode, in some parts at least, was getting pretty boring. It was just kind of, yeah. And then just to top it off, when it comes to the ending, I don't really like the ending all that much. I'm not really a huge fan of how the episode ended. I mean, for Squidward, just how it ended. Squidward did need to learn his lesson. At one point, I was glad he went to jail because he needed to learn his lesson. At another point, I didn't really like how he went to jail because that meant Squilliam won. But yeah. And the episode just ended with SpongeBob Patrick continuing their tick, 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 which was pretty ridiculous to me, if you ask me. So overall, I could say this is a decent SpongeBob episode. It's a good episode. Some people hate this episode, and in my opinion, that's underrated to me. But it is a good episode indeed. Would I recommend it? Sure. If you missed out, would you be missing much? Not really. Not really much stuff goes on in this episode, but I overall do like this SpongeBob episode. It is very well done, and, well, decently well done at least. Characters were pretty good. Humor was hilarious. There were scenes that were just flawed and not could have been better, but as a whole, this episode is good, and that is why I am gonna give Professor Squidward 7.5 out of 10. Okay, you guys, I hope you enjoyed what you've seen here. I am 22 Tiger Dude. Please subscribe to me, comment below, and let me know what you think of the SpongeBob episode, Professor Squidward. Did you hate it? Find okay? Like it? Love it? Like this video, share this video, and goodbye, everyone.